Question 7. In comparison, from the start of producing my media magazine, I have shown a range of skills that I have succeeded in implementing in order to produce a professional-looking magazine portfolio. This can be seen from the basics of my original prelim cover and contents page, whereby I use very little skills of the software such as Photoshop and InDesign. Therefore, in comparison to my final products, you can see how I have progressed, especially with the effects edition on the text, scene and photos. An example of this would be on my prelim front cover, where I have just used a plain font on a coloured background. However, in my final product, as you can see, the text I have used varies in font sizes and general font, but what I consider to be the biggest difference between is, as seen in the last video, the ability to make the masthead, for example, and cover lines look more professional. This was done by using the Layer Style Effects tool, where I added different effects from shadows, glows and bevel embossing. This is what makes part of my magazine look so much better than the prelim. I also failed to follow even some of the simplest conventions found in the magazine on my prelim task. For example, the masthead, the name and the logo of the magazine, isn't the biggest piece of text on the page. This is instantly what the audience sees, and the audience do not get a good first impression as seen in my prelim. However, on my final front cover, I have edited the name and general masthead to imply a bigger impression on the reader. This is because of the layer style effects I have added in order to connote that it was a steel stamp. This may be seen of little importance, however, as my target area is Sheffield, it is ironic because Sheffield is known for its steelworks. This is not recognisable on my prelim, however, it is on my final product. I also changed my house colour style as the colours attempted on my prelim were clashing and not well considered. On my front cover, I have also used straplines, a smaller headline printed above the main headline which cannot be seen on my prelim task. I have also used an effective sell line text on the cover that helps to sell the magazine to the audience. Like Kerrang's sell line is "Life is loud," mine is passionate about its roots, like being passionate about the music from Sheffield, which is the target audience area. I personally have excelled extremely fast when using the software Photoshop and InDesign, as I can now create what seems like a professional piece of work that is possibly worthy of publishing. This can be seen from my dreadful attempt of using Photoshop on my prelim tasks, and the increased quality of work and success rate I have been passionate about creating. My favourite, which I feel shows all the skills I have learnt, is my double page spread. It is extremely aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but with the use of layer style options, close-up photos and long shot photos and the pastiching of Toast magazine, I have created a seemingly great piece of work produced in InDesign, the software. This compared to my contents page at the beginning, for example, shows how much I have learnt, as I have used many new skills in order to follow the conventions of a magazine, such as drop caps used to connote the start of a paragraph. I have also used Roland Barthes' theory of anchorage well throughout, as the majority of images have been anchored via the use of text on top of the images. This can be seen on the front cover with my cover artist, Chelsea Scott. Overall, compared to my prelim portfolio, I have created a much better quality piece of work, displaying a much wider range of skills and techniques being able to implement using the software given. This is obvious between the comparison of both products, from prelim to final product.